And I'm still sat here from Love Me Long Time. What was the last one? Oh, that was 15. This has got to be 16. We left it. You watched the old one, but Gary's up at the condo. B and Angela just going out to get a drink, and B's grabbed Angela's arm, pulled her tight as they're walking. She says, Angela. Yes, B. She goes, let me tell you a story. And they walk slowly. She tells Angela all about Gary, why wanting a wife, wanting kids, and how B has come up with the idea of having children for Gary, for money, and potentially going to visit the States. Also, the money's going to help her with her child. She's running and getting a good salary, working for Gary, looking after these condos. She says to Angela, Angela, Gary is physically attracted to you. Angela says, I like him too. B says, you're not mother material. Because of your past, that's in Gary's head. Angela goes, okay. And B says, I'm going to make you a business proposition. And I'm going to give you some ideas here. Get rid of your boyfriend. Angela's like, okay. Says, I will become the surrogate mother for the kids for Gary. All that'll go through. We'll make you, give you the business, looking after the business here when I'm not here, but you'll come into the business and you'll get a salary from now on, once we've done this deal, as my PA, and you can still do your job, but you'll come in and we'll do some other business investments. We'll look around for other businesses so that we got enough money coming in to give us both a good salary. And Angela's like, okay, that's exciting. But what is it you want from me in return for this? And she said, well, if you like Gary and you get rid of your boyfriend and you and Gary hit it off, but you don't have kids with him, you don't get pregnant, see how it goes. And if you can become the perfect girlfriend for him, keep him away from all these other women, you will get a wonderful boyfriend, maybe marry him, but I will get the children out of it. And it helps me and it helps you. But if you get serious with Gary and get it, hook him, and it all works that way, you've always got to remember that we're business partners, you and me. And what I'm trying to do here is help Gary to save him going off, getting the wrong women. At least if you're his girlfriend, because he doesn't fancy me, you're in the loop, and we can try and help, at the end of the day, help Gary get everything he wants here in Thailand. And then we can make money ourselves. Wow. And Angela's like, I think I could do that. I do like him. He's a lovely guy. Got lots of money. What sort of business relationship money would you be giving me as the partner running of these condos? And B said, I'll work the figures out, but you'll get a good salary. But we need to look at all the monies. And I need to also be honest a bit with Gary about what we're going to do. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to tell him. I might wait for you to seduce him and then tell him. I don't know, maybe I'll tell him before. He said, I haven't figured it out. Just thinking of these ideas out loud with you as a business. And Angela's like, I see where you're coming from. We don't want him to fall in love with the wrong woman. So we're protecting him, protecting his money by doing this sort of business relationship. And I could hook a wonderful boyfriend, possible husband. And B's like, that's the way to look at it. I mean, a boyfriend, husband with fringe benefits. And me, your best mate, with fringe benefits. Can you believe it? This is now 2 Thai girls wheeling and dealing with Gary's life. Amazing. Anyway, off they go. Shop. Get loads and loads of booze. How they carried it back, I don't know. Maybe they got a tuk-tuk back or something. But they back to the condo. In they go. Buzzer in. He's gone and got changed into some more casual clothes. And he's like, hi girls. Managed to get a load, yes, loads of booze. And we bought some snacks as well. We know how you like nibbling snacks. Huh. Up they go to the deck, put all the booze up there, and they get some music on. Now, I'm sure B didn't say anything to Angela about a threesome. No. Not that I know of. So they start drinking and having a good time, got some nice music on. And B's saying to Gary, it's a really good business relationship, this, isn't it, Gary? And he said, well, yeah, he said, you're a perfect PA, business partner for me here. And he said, the fact, you're now making me money by selling this condo and moving me, and we're getting more condos. He said, if we can make money like this and we can start flipping some condos, he said, I suppose you can just keep buying condos or buying something, houses or shops, or maybe we could build some condos. It's like, Angela's like, build some? He said, well, yeah, it's only, what, a few 100 million baht to buy a load of land and build a load of condos. And Angela's like, oh my, he has got a lot of money. And B's like, oh no, that sounds like a huge headache. And he's like, you can do anything, B. You're marvelous. He goes, I used to run a shop. And now you want me to potentially buy land, design, employ, build condos. She goes, I didn't do this at college, university. And Angela's like, we could do that. We could just get the right people. Anything's possible. And Gary's like, I like that attitude, Angela. And then he says, by the way, Angela, you look stunning tonight. And B just gave him a look. You can see it. She's like, Carry on drinking, chit chat, everything. And yes, of course, they start getting a bit drunk. Gary wanders off, bathroom or toilet, and B's like to Angela, I think we should tease him tonight. I think you should tease him, we tease him, but then make sure we don't enter his room. And Angela's like, okay, I see where you're coming from. Gary comes back, and the girls are all sat. I don't know how they're sat in that round, but anyway, there's one on each side. They start drinking and they start stroking his arm and teasing him and joking. And Gary is sat there. What must he be thinking? He's like, money can help in life. I've now got 1.5 beautiful women with me. How lucky am I? There's the beach. There's a swimming pool here. I've got everything. It's like amazing. And he's thinking, Angela he just can't get her out of his head. He keeps looking. And then they start getting drunk and start dancing. And the only thing they haven't got is a karaoke machine. B does mention to him, no karaoke machine. And Angela's like, no, they're not allowed. These are condos, can't have noise and stuff here. Music, a little bit okay. And B's like, yeah. Maybe you need a house, Gary, where we can have a party properly. He's like, no. I don't want karaoke. Don't want loud music. And she's like, And they start dancing and giggling. And this goes on. And they all start getting merry. And the girls are teasing him rotten. But comes to an end. And they're like, naturally, like, this is enough. Had enough drink. we're staying here the night. Okay, Gary, we're going to go in the other bedrooms. And he's like, he was thinking in his mind that he might end up with Angela tonight, but B's there, and he's like, off to bed. The guy is so lucky. He's just got everything. But now B is starting to take control of him. Thai woman taking control of the Farang. Taking control of the Farang money. She's in a wonderful position, and she'll be a great mother to kids if he decides to go that way. What's going to happen? Can we foresee from this point him and Angela getting together, having kids with B? It seems all that way, doesn't it? Anyway, morning comes. Girls are up early. They've done breakfast for him. He gets up and it's like, wow, great. They all sit down and have breakfast. And B's like, right, today we're going to start all these condo purchases. I'll get on to the States, PA in America, accountants, get all the money sorted, get all the purchases done. And tomorrow we'll move you. We'll get you moved. He says, okay, brilliant. He said, I want to get that limo sorted out. She's like, I've got enough on my plate, really. And Angela says, well, it's pretty easy my end. I just set the balls in motion for all these purchases and you do it all. She said, how about I take Gary out and searching for cars? And B's like, good idea. But what about manning the office? She said, well, I got my mobile. I'll just close the door and put the sign up. It doesn't really matter. She's like, okay. Huh. B goes, well, I'll go to the office, back to my condo, and I'll get all this sorted. Gary's like, great. Okay, Angela. Angela says, I've got to go home. I've got to get some clothes. I've got to change. B, can you drop me? And then I'll come back and get Gary. Yep. Logistics sorted, done. Angela comes back in the taxi. P picks up Gary. Right, Gary, what do you want when you say limousine? What is it you're after? And he said, I want a car with big back seats with leather seats, loads of room in the back. She's like, right. Well, this being Phuket Island, there are dealerships for most cars. You want the better cars. So do you want one of these vans with 6, 7 seats or 4 seats in the back, luxury, or do you want a car? And he says, I want a car. I think it's better, but a nice big car. Not really 4-wheel drive jacked up thing. Nice luxury car. She says, okay. She goes, well, I know a bit about cars, but not a lot. She says to the driver, and she tells him, and he gives us some ideas. He says, Toyota, Mercedes, and a few other brands. And she goes, right, we're going. And then off they go. First stop, Toyota, Camry, the big Camry. Goes into the showroom. Gary goes straight into the back of the car, jumps in the back seat. It's like, it's nice. Not really big enough leg room. Okay, off to the Ford. No, there's nothing in that range for the Ford big cars, apart from the jacked up cars. Right, no good. Isuzu, they've only got like 4-wheel drive, MPV van things. It's like, no. Mazda, no. Everywhere they're going, no. Saloon car, big saloon cars. There's nothing. Mercedes. Gets to a Mercedes dealership. And the biggest Mercedes they've got was the E-Class. And Gary knows all about Mercedes. He said, I've had them for years. He said there's a special one in Europe and America called the Maybach. Another company make it. It's stretched. It's a big limo. It's expensive. He said, that's perfect. The special Maybach Mercedes. Or you can get an AMG E-Class big. Anyway, they start talking to the Mercedes dealership. no, we can do the big E-Class and with all the kit and the back leather, but Maybach are in Thailand, are selling in Thailand. You've got to go to Bangkok. And Gary's like, right, I made my mind up. We'll get a Maybach. And the dealership says, well, do you want us to get it for you? Or do you want to go to Bangkok and do all the alterations yourself? Tell them what you want. And he's like, I'll go to Bangkok. Haven't been for a long time. Don't really know it. Angela's like, okay, thank you, Mercedes dealer. Bye-bye. Got the details of the Maybach dealership in Bangkok. And they leave. Head back to Angela's office and he goes to the condo. Pretty simple. Everything's tickety-boo. All he's got to do is go to Bangkok and buy a posh car. Everything's going through with all the condos. The next day, jumping forward, they've got the other brand new condo duplex at the back. They move him. That's all furnished. Everything's done. All the paperwork, all the condos, all sorted. Jumping forward about 2 weeks. He's in his new condo. It's time to start thinking about limo again. Posh is back soon, isn't she? Isn't she in Bangkok? Where the dealership is for the limo? Oh dear. See you soon. Bye for now, guys.